What a day, folks. What a day. What a proud day as I announce myself for the first time as England manager on a match day. I'm thrilled. Romania the opposition. Let's get into it. Send a victorious God save the Queen. Or security that cost millions. Either or. James Bond's fuming he's not involved in that song, by the way. Fuming. So welcome then. We are England manager. And what I'm going to do, generally speaking, with these is going to separate England from Arsenal at the moment, because I think combining the two as one will be confusing. So the thumbnails are going to look slightly different. We're going to have an England-themed thumbnail for the England portions, but the episode numbers will continue because the story is the same. But let's see then, what do we have to work with this England squad? I've picked my first 23 to be available for this game, and I've already got an 11 in mind for what we need. Sure, there's 2 Arsenal players in the starting 11. Sure, look, don't worry about that. We'll get to that in just a moment. But in terms of then our first squad that we've gone through, the England squad is very much probably as you know it now, with a few of the kids that have come through the under-21s or some of the younger players now finally through. If you look at the age of our squad at the moment, we've got a couple of young guys, but generally speaking, 24, the likes of Phil Foden, Max Aarons, Jadon Sancho's there, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Mason Greenwood, players that you're familiar with. The only regens in the side currently are Menga and Brooks. Brooks, of course, our backup left back at Arsenal. First choice for England, though. First choice. So a lot of the squad you are definitely familiar with, and I've gone for a bit of a mix, really. Some experience in there, some youngsters. So, right, talking about the 11, we'll get to that in just a moment. But first things first, then, the squad for the first ever games. We take part in the European International League Division A. Rolls off the tongue. Group 2 of that as well. I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what this all means. I don't really know what happens if you win it. Like, do you get anything for winning it? Essentially, next summer is going to be the World Cup qualification, where we can go to that. So, or next year, I should say, not next summer. The draw for that is in December, so we'll know more then. But we will try and do our best in this. We won't cover all of the games within this, I don't think, but we're playing Romania, we're playing Poland. Our first match as England manager. We'll probably focus on the second lot as well. Spain and Poland are in there as well, so we'll probably feature them at some point as well. Maybe some one-off episodes, who knows, where we just play one game, or we'll do all the international. Do you know what? There's not that many. Oh, there's loads of games. I thought there was 5. There's loads, viewers. There's loads of games. So the final Sunday the 17th in November, that'll be Spain and Romania. Of course, we're trying to win trophies. This tournament not that important, but we still want to know who we've got in the squad, who's going to be selected for World Cups to come, and of course our 11 that will best all the other teams internationally. The World Cup is on the list, as are the European Championships. There's things to contend for here, viewers. But 2026, that's the World Cup year. Just stay in the job, Ben. That's the remit, really. So Jack Butland, Jordan Pickford and Ghislaine Menga will be our goalkeepers for now. Ghislaine Menga is contracted to Manchester City. Young keeper coming through. I always think the third keeper should be someone who is a prospect in the future. Don't just pick 3 experienced keepers. It's a waste. You're only going to play 1. And the second, of course, will probably be the more experienced keeper. Anyway, get him in around the squad early. John Stones, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Declan Rice, Ben Godfrey. Tomori's in there. Fakayo Tomori, I assume that's how you say it. I've not really heard his first name much. Everyone just calls him Tomori. Joe Gomez, Ben Chilwell, Max Aarons and Andy Brooks. They complete the defensive players. Of course, Declan Rice can play further forward as well. Hamza Chowdhury, Raheem Sterling, James Maddison, Mason Mount, Jadon Sancho, Phil Foden, Emile Smith-Rowe, Callum Hudson-Odoi and Dele Alli will be the midfielders. And up front, Harry Kane and Mason Greenwood. If required, a few of these players can play further forward. Sterling's one of those. Sancho can even play through the middle if required. Hudson-Odoi can on occasion. He's got the right attributes and qualities to do it, as can Dele Alli in sort of a false 9 sense. And 11-wise then, this is what I've selected for our first opening games. We're going for quite a standard 4-2-3-1 system with Harry Kane, a player that I've used so far on the game this year in the Spurs save. We had a mixed relationship, I would say, but this then, yes, this is the 11. Jordan Pickford then will be in goal. We'll go through them so you can see how they've developed since. Handling of 14, reflexes of 16. He's a little bit wild sometimes, is Pickford. Still at Everton, had a pretty good career with them so far. Average ratings, ignore them. It's goalkeepers, it doesn't matter. Trent Alexander-Arnold on that right-hand side, though. That crossing ability, that might be key to the success of players like Harry Kane in this system. Of course, has had a really successful time and remaining at Liverpool. Joe Gomez, his Liverpool teammate, will be beside him with John Stones in there as well. Very, very good defender, John Stones. Even now, still really good. 30, one of the more experienced players in the side. And Joe Gomez there, you can see, very well-rounded as well. He and Tomori, very similar actually in terms of quality. Brooks at left back. Now, we could play Chilwell But at 20 years of age, if there's somewhere where you can sort of gamble and try and improve a player, this might be that position. Slightly more defensive than Trent on one side, crossing ability, attacking-wise, not quite as good, but yeah, physically, mentally, and those technicals of marking and tackling are definitely good enough to play against the likes of Romania, I would hope. Moving slightly further forward then, this is interesting because the centre of midfield actually isn't that strong, and you're probably confused as to why Jordan Henderson isn't sat in the centre of it. I've tried to oust him out of international retirement. He's having none of it. He wants a rest during these times and these game weeks, so fair enough. But Declan Rice and Chowdhury, they're going to be the two players to begin with that I'm going to put there in the centre. Quite industrious in the middle of there. We could play the likes of Harry Winks, who's not made the squad this time, Mason Mount, Dele Alli, both creative players, same for James Maddison, and could maybe play where Smith Rowe currently occupies it. He's a good player, viewers, so let's just take it as it is. There's options on the bench if we need them, gang. Don't worry, don't panic. Sterling will be on the right, Hudson-Odoi on the left, and Kane through the middle. Sterling at PSG, he, Mbappe, and Neymar are clinically fantastic. They're so good, it's like scary how good they are. Sterling, since moving to PSG, 19 goals in consecutive seasons, 4 assists, is already off to a flyer this season, having an even better year, getting better year on year. And Hudson-Odoi, so some of you will have Hudson-Odoi in saves, and he won't be fantastic on this particular save. He is rather incredible, so really, really good. And yeah, we'll see how he does on that left-hand side. Lots of sort of challenging for places. Of course, we've got the likes of Jadon Sancho, not even making my 11 at the moment, but as an impact substitute, goodness me, what a player to have at our disposal. He, Hudson-Odoi and Sterling all battling for those roles, and maybe even we'll put one of them in behind Kane. We'll see how it goes as we continue forward. And Kane up top, of course, look, he's one of the most experienced members of the squad right now, still the captain, still very well rounded, in fact I dare say exceptional at Manchester City, scoring goals every single year, not quite as prolifically as he did in his early career at Tottenham, but still doing rather well, and so far I start the season with 4 in 4. I will be basing squad selections on form. If there's players in maybe even the Championship or definitely the Premier League that are performing to the best of their abilities and are top goal scorers in their respective clubs, and of course the division as a whole, we will expect them to see them, viewers. I don't care who they are, what their background is. If Grant Holt or Danny Graham wants to come out of retirement, then I'll consider it, viewers. So here we go then. First games coming up, 2 of them for us to play, Romania and then Spain. One of them easier than the other. Let's get it. England manager. Proud day, you know? This is a big moment for me. Very much looking forward to it. Looking forward to excelling, viewers, frankly, where Gareth Southgate couldn't. I don't actually know how they did in other competitions. Maybe we should have a quick look at that. Bit of context to how they got on previously. So, 2024 was the European Championships quarter-final exit. We touched on that in a previous episode. World Cup final defeat. That's quite good, actually. Italy beat them, though, which is obviously not ideal. I think Italy won the Euros as well, so they're flying at the moment. And in 2020, let's take a look here, they got to the quarterfinals, defeat to France that time. So World Cup final. It's not too bad, is it? Sadly, I can't look at any more information because it was a few years ago now. But yeah, beat the likes of Germany, Mexico, Holland en route to it, and France in the group as well, beat them. So France and Italy seem to be the kryptonites of England so far, as well as Portugal, of course, who beat them. Although a draw with Italy, actually, in the group stage, not too bad. Just to confirm this, did Italy win it? They did win it. Not too bad at all. So that we look forward then to the World Cup 2026. I think it's in Mexico, America, and Canada. So it should be good fun. And before we do any further ado, let's bang in to this first game. Bang into this first game. Getting Arsenal bits of news as well. It's all very confusing, viewers. Now, I'm hoping to be more of a sort of Sir Ralph Ramsey, Gareth Southgate figure than a Steve McLaren. So let's hope so. If I've got an umbrella later in this series, we'll know things have gone awry. All right, Greenwood's come onto the bench. Not too many striking options. That's the one area where I don't feel like England are particularly strong. In terms of players coming through, though, like the under-21s, there's a couple of lads in this that might be quite good. Who's this guy that's been... Oh, hello, you're not bad at all. Over at Watford. But Brian Richards, another one. There's potential all over the place, really. Yeah, he's my player. Sure, you've spotted it. These are the guys that came close. Harvey Elliott, Jack Grealish, Harry Maguire, Josh Tymon, and Cornwall Boys Clark. They were close to getting into the squad, but I've put them in the B team just so I know where they are, really. The B team doesn't play, but, you know, we all know where they are. This is going to be a long episode, I've just realised. I've done a lot of introducing, but this is good because it's a completely new idea for us, really, playing this game. Popper plays for Romania. Bogdan Popper, Arsenal born and bred. Not quite. Signed for 5.75 million a few years ago. Radu's in goal as well, a player that I had sort of had at Inter Milan. So here we go then. A tougher test than I expected, gang. Well, that team talks had an impact. literally, they've all just listened keenly and that's it. It's a special day. Happy to be here. John Stones, he's fine, I think, is he not? All right then, the game's underway. England, of course, in their famous white at Wembley Stadium. As Sterling's through, that would have been a good start. So far, those possession stats there, it said 98%. I was happy with that. They've got a free kick, 2 minutes in. Pickford, this is what I'm talking about, Jordan. That is clearly not going in the goal, and you've still decided to make a show of yourself. Jordan Pickford's card is marked, let me tell you. As the ball flies in there, Baluta on it now. Back to Marin, who we know is a decent player, someone to look out for, as they're just casual, aren't they? Some very talented players in this England team. I expect them to perform at the highest of their abilities in this European International Division A Group 2, whatever. I don't know what this is, viewers. Chowdhury to Alexander-Arnold, getting forward. Oh my goodness me. And the first goal of my England career is by Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold. What a finish, viewers. Driving forward. You'll have to see that. Smith Roller, a major part of this, by the way, linking up with Harry Kane, back to Chowdhury, whose ball to Trent's very good, comes onto it fantastically and drills a shot past Radu in the Romanian net. And Luxembourg are winning a game. Wow. Trent's got it again on this side. Look, he could be our best player. Who knows? As it goes back to Rice, Hudson-Odoi. We're working this beautifully. Brooks forward on that side. Oh, fullbacks are having a lovely time. Popper's on it now. We know he's dangerous. He's looking to impress his club manager. This is weird that I'm manager of two teams. I've not done this for a very long time. As Harry Kane on that side, hold up play, deep lying forward play from him. Chowdhury's going to pick up the loose ball though. Back to Trent again as he trundles forward. He's tackled though, and now Popper brings it away. Trent slightly out of position, but that's why Chowdhury's in there. Defensively, a lot stronger than those creative players that we talked about. Brooks forward to Hudson-Odoi, who's got a little bit of room to manoeuvre on that side, in towards Sterling. Kane's there! Harry Kane, of course he does. The assist from Sterling, a little bit fortunate as the ball falls down to him, but the finish is sensational. And maybe for England he's very good, just for Spurs he's not very good. That's probably why he moved to City in this game world. Hudson-Odoi puts a dangerous cross in, Sterling's shot blocks, but there's Harry Kane with one hell of a finish. If I win the World Cup, do I become Sir Ben Carr? Because I think that's what I'd like, to be honest. I'm not saying I'm doing it purely for that, as Hadji has been set free. Pickford, can he keep them out? As well, it's hit the post, and then well, 3 dimensions, viewers. We'll look in 3 dimensions, because I'm sure it was absolutely normal. I've got so many issues, so many questions here, really. Hadji, then he goes forward, and Pickford gets caught in no man's land, really. The ball hits the post and flies into the air, and then Pickford just sort of goes... it's gone in. Hadji's flying volley. It's not gone brilliantly, has it? 2-1. I think we'll be fine, though. We're going more attacking. As Hudson-Odoi's got a free kick. Goodness me. Not known for his free kick taking, I don't think. Chelsea fans, is he? Really good effort from him there, though. Blimey. Alexander-Arnold's ball in. Hudson-Odoi at the front post. But doesn't matter where you are, viewers. Internationally, club football, corners, nothing. Maybe I should create my own corner tactic. Maybe I should try, Ben, rather than being so negative all the time. Sterling on this side, looking dangerous. Beats his man like he's not even there. Raheem Sterling into the penalty area. Beats another man. Well, what a run from Raheem. This is why I'm glad I'm not in the Champions League, facing teams like PSG that have got players like that. And ordinarily, right, I wouldn't get to use a lot of these players, so it's nice being able to use a young England side not too far into the future. Hadji's forward again here. Pickford uses his hands. Well done, Jordan. Wherever I go, there'll be a Jordan somewhere. And look, Jordan Henderson's here as well. Look, he sits on top of that little... There he is. You can just see him at the bottom there. Everything all right, Jordan? Enjoying this? Wearing a Liverpool kit, so probably put him back, Ben. Sterling's... Oh, God, what's happened? Sterling's pulled a hamstring or something. There's drama. Now, luckily for us, Jadon Sancho, pretty good. But Raheem Sterling, that could be a hamstring injury. What's the issue here? So it's there. Potential lower leg injury. So it's probably some sort of calf strain. But I am happy with the performance so far. I wish the lead was a little more. But 2-1, not too bad. 2-1. So it can't be too bad, can it? Bad's not a number. Oh, Ben, stop. Start of the second half, and we're working this quite neatly, I've got to say. Trent, look at him go. Flies down the right-hand side, finds Sancho, who's looking to make an impact. Can't quite get the goal or the shot on target as Kane's there. Sancho again. Oh, he's just come on. 50 seconds into his appearance for me, and he's already got himself a goal. Sterling scored earlier, and now it's Jadon Sancho. No, he didn't. He didn't score earlier, Ben. He assisted Harry Kane. Sorry, I forget what happened, viewers. As you can see here, the ball breaks defensively. It's a shambles. Harry Kane challenges. A shot flies in, I think, from Hudson-Odoi, and Sancho finishes it off. 3-1. We're flying. We're flying. Soaring. There's not a... Well, Ben, it's not the time or the place, mate. We're flying. Bogdan Popper's injured. Oh, no. He's one of my players. That's not good at all. He's gone off. Hopefully he's all right. Hopefully... Well, never mind, viewers. Rice back to Chowdhury. We're forward again. Smith Rowe. Oh, he's proving that he deserves to play. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Trent's got a corner. What's he doing? Brooks on that side. Oh my goodness me! Andy Brooks out of nowhere. Chowdhury's found him. He's the best left back in English football, viewers. Even if he does look like the comedian Andy Parsons, it's a great goal. Chowdhury on that side lifts it over to Brooks, who just takes one touch and then hammers a shot, rifles one into the top right-hand corner. I might make a couple of changes while we're here as well. Mason Greenwood's going to come on for Harry Kane, get those youngsters involved, and yeah, go on then, Mason. No, Phil Foden. Phil Foden is a special talent. Look at Phil Foden. It's going to be a problem for me in the league, I sense, but he's going to come on for Smith Rowe. He's a bit better than Smith Rowe. That's a fair comment. Dragus is forward for Romania, and he's nearly scored. Defensively, we're having a tremendous game. As Trent's got a corner, who knows? Maybe this could be the moment as Phil Foden finds himself unmarked to really finish that off. But there we are then, England 4, Romania 1, and a very convincing win. Shame we didn't get a clean sheet, but still, we'll take that. And with Spain coming up, oh no. Popper's injured for 3 to 4 pigging months. That's such a long time. Well, Saka, for flipping heck. Well, that's not ideal. Sterling as well, as, pulled calf muscle, as suspected. They don't call me Dr. Benji for nothing, viewers. So he's going to miss a few games as well. Oh, and what's all this now? His agent wants to get him a new contract. No, we're not doing this. All right, yeah, fine, we'll do it. Get these little clauses out there, you little clowns. There we go. Sure. I mean, you're a good player. So Sterling cannot play. I can get in a replacement, viewers. Now, the obvious player is probably Harvey Elliott, who plays a similar role. So I'm going to call him into the first team. I don't think he'll start, viewers, but it's nice to have the options, isn't it? We're about to play Spain. I'm actually really interested to see what their 11 looks like these days. Will we see Dani Olmo, viewers? A familiar face? All right then, team-wise, Harvey Elliott is of course going to come onto the bench then, and Jadon Sancho is going to replace Raheem Sterling. I'm actually going to give Phil Foden the start in this game. I do think he's a really talented player. I want to go for what I perceive to be probably my strongest 11. Brooks, though, after getting the goal in that last game, and Trent stays out there as well. Gomez, Stones, impressed by them. Pickford did okay. Hudson-Odoi, a threat, as will be Sancho, and Kane did well as well. Got the goal. All right then, let's take a look. Spain's team. I'm genuinely curious. Of course, we've not ventured into Spain yet, so I don't know a massive amount about what's gone over there. Dani Olmo on the bench, I notice. Morata and Isco will be the front two. Koke on the left, Fabian, Rodri, Saul in there as well. Hermoso, Montero, Nunes, Morale, who I don't know, and De Gea. Of course, Morale's a regen from at Manchester City, who's pretty good. I know more of their bench than I do the 11. No, that's not true. I know the 11. It's not that strong, though, is it? I don't personally think it is. Like, it's good. And I mean, look, some of the Atletico boys have won leagues year on year, so they're obviously very good. But I don't know, I fancy our chances here. I didn't necessarily think I would, but I do. Corner. Phil Foden's on them now. Now he's come on instead of Trent, as it's it's not a very good corner. And now Hermoso brings it forward for Spain. He beats his man. He's only got to beat Jordan Pickford. He fires it at the side netting, though, with the away side. But I do want to apply a little bit more pressure, really. We'll go positive. Try and play with the idea of trying to score. That's the idea, really. Elsewhere, Romania beating Poland, who I think drew with Spain. Hudson-Odoi finds Sancho on that far side. Sancho's forward. Jadon there, I expected a bit more. It's a free kick. Hudson-Odoi is going to take it, whips it in, but it doesn't quite get to where I think it's supposed to go. But Foden recycles it. Trent's there now, who knows crossing's very good. Isco, though, runs him off the ball and now drives forward with it. Can we put an interception in? We can. Chowdhury's there. I'll tell you what, so far, he's the underrated star of this show. Isco on it. They're working it quite neatly, as you expect Spain to do, really, playing that tiki-taka style, aren't they, that we all know and sort of love them for as well. As it goes all the way back to De Gea, they're going to have to work something out. The way we're set, though, is quite good. As that ball forward. Saul beats Brooks, though. Morata inside Isco. It was done so quickly, and Pickford just about gets a hand on it. They're on it again. Ball whipped in this time. Trent gets it clear. Foden can't quite get under it. He's not the tallest, is he, Phil Foden? Hermoso with quite the finish. Beats Pickford. And Mario Hermoso with the... I mean... It's hard to say they deserved, I was going to say deserved lead, but I'm not sure. It's been pretty even. It's worked quite neatly, though, you've got to say. Trent's clearing, not great. Fabian's there ahead of Foden, and then the ball across there is pretty simple. The strike, though, very good. It goes quite central, though, Jordan. I don't know if you want to be saving that next time. We've got a throw-in right at the end of this half as Trent, 2 minutes to go about it time, finds Phil Foden. We've got to see more out of. He's the key, really, to all of this. Alexander-Arnold now on that side. The cross comes in, smashed away, and now I'm concerned. Morata picks it up, and does he run with it? Yes, he does. He beats everyone pretty much. Morata, oh God, Pickford. Okay, everything's fine, viewers. I wasn't even nervous. We're fine. Another highlight. Rice, forwards. Brooks is on it again. Got the goal, but can he maybe work on getting an assist? What? Our final ball in the final third is pathetic, and it's a 2v2 at the back every single time. Morata here. If this is a goal, well, it should have been. He should do far better. We are shambolic. I'm going to have to give them a right aggressive talking to. Not very good at all. I'm thinking about changes already. What I'm going to do boldly is change round Hudson-Odoi and Sancho and just see if that makes any kind of impact. Phil Foden as well. I'm going to have him attacking midfield, and Kane is going to be pushed up further forward. For whatever reason, it wasn't quite clicking in that first half. Something's happened there. Pickford's made a save, though. Can you build from the back? Jordan's on it. What's he doing? He's thrown it out to Declan Rice, which has gone better than I expected. Brooks to Rice again, and now Chowdhury, who again we've seen so many good things from, but more defensively. It's whether do we lack the creativity in games like this? Maybe that might be one of the minor issues that we've got. As that ball over the top for Maras is very good, and Pickford comes out. They hit the post. We're very lucky. All right, we're going to go more defensive. Final sort of say half an hour, 40 minutes left to go. It's whether we can find something while being a bit more solid in terms of shape. That might work in our favour. You never know. Sometimes that's the case, viewers. Dear me, we're losing the ball in those stupid areas so often. Isco drives forward. If we're trying to be contenders on a world stage, we've got to be better than this. Half an hour to go. In terms of changes, Hudson-Odoi, but all the attackers really have been so poor. Mason Mount's going to come in. This is the one nice thing. I'm going to bring Mount in for Declan Rice and have Mount playmaking from a deeper area. I just think we need someone to link it all up a little bit better. Question is, can we get him on the ball? As that ball to Foden from Trent is actually worked out quite well. Foden tries to play in the man next to him. Can't do it. Kane wasn't quite quick enough. As it's cleared away. Our back two have been run ragged. Morata, I don't know how it's gone back. Pickford's made a save. I don't know what's going on, viewers. It's been an extended episode of pure heartbreak so far. Goodness me. Brooks. You can't be doing that for me, fella. That's not really quite good enough, is it? Isco's on it now as he's trying to dictate things. But there we are. Hudson-Odoi forward to Kane. And now, massive chance. We've not seen too many. Harry Kane. Harry, do it for you. Don't do it for me. He's on a 6.4. He's coming off. Mason Greenwood replaces him. The change for Kane hasn't happened yet as he's in on goal. Big chance he's offside. Of course he is. Lazy. 15 minutes to go. We'll come out of defence. Well, hang on. We've got a corner. Mason Mount whipped in. We'll come off defensive. We'll go attacking. As we've already been quite attacking to begin with. That ball's going to fall to the right-hand side. Gomez picks it up. Trent's ahead of him if he wants to find him. And then it's whether we can work something towards those front players. Mason Greenwood. I'm basically doing what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does. I'm just hoping he does something good. Mason Mount part of the move now. And again, we've got to use his creativity if we can. What on earth is that? Mount on it. Find Sancho now. As Mason Greenwood. That's what we're looking for. The pace of Mason. Can he beat the keeper? He can't. De Gea saves. The Manchester United companions. Basically, he's saved. That's what happened, viewers, as the corner comes to nothing. We're going for broke a little bit. 5 minutes to go. Do I make the final change? I'm going to. Hudson-Odoi off. Harvey Elliott's going to come on. Mount, free kick, whipped in. Are we there? What's gone on? Elliott's blazed it somehow. I don't know if it was blocked or what. It's come to a corner. There's a massive chance of that back post. The corner is blocked away. It's Phil Foden now. Can he make something happen? Finds Mason Mount. Finds John Stones. We're just taking our time. We're too slow, if anything. Mount again. Comes to Sancho. Pull back across. We're not there. And now Martin is in for Spain to seal things here. Gomez makes a tremendous challenge. Harvey Elliott, not long left to go in the game as he drives forward. It goes all the way across. It's booted away. We're trying everything, to be fair. We're not doing too badly as Munir now with a big chance. Races forward. Goes for goal. Pickford saves. For a game that's only been 1-0, it's been action-packed, but there you are. Spain 1, England 0, and a defeat. So a win and a defeat in our first matches. I don't know if this counts for seeding. That's my only assumption. But yeah, I'm actually not very pleased. I think first half we were really quite poor, and it took changes in the second half to make things even slightly impactful. But there we are then. Our first couple of games as England manager. Hopefully you enjoyed them. Hopefully you enjoyed this aspect of the series. As of course we go for at least the World Cup. We'll have to see how that goes if we remain as England manager or if we go to another international team later down the line. If you enjoyed this episode though, please do drop a like on it. I think it's been quite a long one, quite a bumper one, so hopefully you have. And we love with care. From Benji, until next time. I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye. There should be a video tomorrow.